And we are live.
We are back.
We are here early today,
Yes.
afternoon, Saturday afternoon for those of you in Houston. It is now 12:05 p.m. and this is the weekly dose of weird coming at you. You got your co-host
Scotty Scott
and your host for today, your boy L in the building. Here we are. We taking care of business today, and today's topic is the infamous Mandela Effect. So you know what it is. So Scotty,
Yo.
like we like to do in every broadcast, man, we like to
Yes.
just talk amongst each other about the Mandela Effect. What is your number one Mandela Effect that you've experienced?
Number one,
Mm-hmm.
it's impossible to pick.
No, you have
number
to.
one. Can't be a number one.
No, there has to be. I got a number one.
My number one would have to be the Star Wars. The Star Wars reference.
The Luke, I am your father.
I am your father.
A classic. That's a great
classic.
One. That's a great one. Mine's, man, is, which I know this damn movie exists, and I know I saw it. The Genie movie with Sinbad, bro.
Yeah, okay, I know that one.
So you've seen the movie, right?
I have definitely seen that movie.
Okay, I remember this movie. Those of you in the chat, if you remember the Sinbad movie where Sinbad was a genie, let us know in the chat, because I know I'm not going crazy. I'm a pretty sane person.
Shazam or Kazam?
Well, Shazam was with Shaq, right? Because I fully remember there was a discrepancy between the two.
Yeah.
That Sinbad was a genie. Yeah. And then there was Shazam, and Shaq was a genie too.
Yeah.
But they're saying that movie with Sinbad don't exist.
No, I remember that.
So I vividly remember that.
I remember the Shaq one too. The most iconic scene in that one is when he gets all that candy rained down on him.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So I mean, the Mandela Effect, definitely something that's talked about a lot. So we're just gonna go over some footage right now. This is from the Joe Rogan Experience with Rizwan Virk, I believe his name is. So let's switch over right quick. We're just gonna play a little bit of this. We're not gonna play the whole thing. Joe Rogan, his podcast is pretty famous. It's easy to find, but we're just gonna play a little bit of it.
Which I covered in my second book, which is the Mandela Effect. I don't know if you've heard about the Mandela Effect.
I have, but I don't necessarily totally understand it.
Yeah, well, I kind of dismissed the whole thing earlier, and the Mandela Effect is when a small group of people remember something happening differently in the past than what is the majority consensus opinion.
And it's about Mandela being dead, right?
Well, that was the first thing that kind of kicked off this blogger who actually coined the term.
How familiar are you with the Nelson Mandela?
Yeah. So I know it was like 2009, 2010. This lady. She was a blogger, and she was the first one to have said something about Nelson Mandela dying in prison in like 1980, and was like hooked on it. So much so that there was other people that had came out and were like, yeah, this person died in prison instead of, I think it was like 2013. I think he passed away. 2013. I think he passed away, somewhere around there. But when he did pass, that's it was a big thing.
Okay, so there's an argument between two sides. Basically, one side saying he died a long time ago, and then there's another side saying no, it was more recent.
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm not, even though the name is coined from that effect, so there's still a lot of people that don't know.
Yeah, no,
the actual Mandela effect, where it comes from.
Like, even though it's a real thing, scientists are calling it a false memory. It's a false memory, to where, but it's such a big deal because everybody, a mass group of people, will remember an event happening a certain way and it not actually happen a certain way. But then there's been other times where this Mandela effect has been proven to indeed be what it is. I think there's a few of them out there. We'll get to here later on in the show.
Well said, my friend. Well said. Let's get back to this and see what else Mr. Rizwan has to say.
I think her name was Fiona Broom. Just some people remember Nelson Mandela dying in prison in the 80s.
Oh, there you go.
But of course, he didn't die in prison, right? You can look it up, right? He got out of prison, became president of South Africa, won the Nobel Peace Prize, and died in whatever it was, like more recently, like I don't know, 2013 or something like that. And so what happened was that was one Mandela effect, if you will. And then there started to be all these other things that people remembered that were different. And some of these were relatively minor things like the spelling of Fruit Loops or
Berenstain Bears.
That's the most famous one, right? The Berenstein Bears, right?
Yeah.
Everybody, in fact, here, we can.
I used to get those books
Yeah,
as a kid. Did you get those books?
I got those books, but I never really paid attention. You know, as a kid, you're not gonna pay attention to the
And
spelling
that's,
of these
yeah,
things,
you
know
have
what I
a
mean?
point, man, because
Who,
as a child, you don't think in your head, like thinking long term, like, hey, something's going to happen in the future to
Yeah.
where this is going to be changed.
What kid will know?
But
I mean,
Out of these two that we're
Berenstein
looking
Bears.
at, out of these two right here, which one do you remember? Because I'm going to say,
I'm gonna say the
I
first
remember
one.
this one
Yeah,
with this Steam. That is how not Stain, bro. I
Yeah,
really
nah.
don't remember.
the first one looks more correct to me.
Do you think people do this to just play with the human psyche?
Man,
Do you think the
know,
Mandela Effect is just a big?
I think the Mandela Effect, if you're asking me, has a big. It's a whole ball game though.
it's a whole different thing.
It deals with CERN.
Yeah, we're gonna get to CERN when we start talking
Yeah,
about
it deals
multiverse theory,
Yeah,
and that's gonna be a crazy episode. But that's for another day.
my idea of what's going on here has to do with something like that,
You think it's something along that some type of splitting of dimensions,
or some type of layering of some sorts. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, because
One falls or one breaks and we fall into it. Or
you think
something
it
like
bleeds.
That. Yeah,
It kind of just bleeds into each other a little
Yeah.
bit. Certain things start to change on one side, and then we get that effect down here. I mean, it's plausible.
Yep.
It is
I'm
extremely
with that one.
plausible, Scotty. But you know, from what we're looking at right here, man, this to me, the Berenstein Bears. I remember these vividly. Wasn't the book cover? There it is. Yeah, the book cover was yellow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and they're like the cardboard.
and it was a
Old school
good
cardboard.
moral book from what I remember. You know, because the little bears were always doing stupid stuff.
Yeah, they were mischievous.
Yeah, they were pretty bad. But anyways, but
Especially
you know,
the son. It was The Simpsons for kids.
in bear form.
Yeah, in bear
You
form.
believe so?
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right,
I'm with it.
let's rock and roll. Let's rock and roll. Let's get
We
back
can
to
see
this
it
one.
there, right? If you ask people, most people remember it as the Berenstein Bears.
Right.
But when you look at it, it's actually the Berenstain Bears. Okay, it's a relatively small change, but it's one that people
No,
are
to
really
me that's a big
like
change.
confused about. Then there's the movies, right? The movie lines, like in Star Wars. You know, did he say, you know, Luke, I am your father? Did Darth Vader actually say that, right? And then there were entire episodes of Star Trek.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna switch over right quick. So you brought this up earlier when
Yeah.
I asked you what was your number one, and this was your go-to pick.
Yeah.
Now, for the show's sake, I remember, because I'm a Star Wars fan. I love Star Wars, right? I remember that line being very specific. And it sucks, bro, because someone who says they're a Star Wars fan
Yeah.
should know this line like the back of their hand.
Exactly.
Luke, I am your father.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
But no,
But no,
they say we're wrong.
we're wrong.
They say we're wrong. YouTube, Twitch.
They said, no, you got that all wrong.
Because
Your ears
I
weren't
mean,
ear-
playing
hearing.
around Star Wars, you know, you're saying the line, the icon. I mean, I've said it thousands of times. Luke, I am your father. Blah
Yeah.
blah 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 blah. But no, they say it's not. Do you know what they say it is?
What do they say it is?
Well, we have the footage. Let's just go ahead and put it up. who knows, man? Maybe George Lucas could help us solve this mystery because
Shout out George Lucas.
somebody, because this is frustrating as a Star Wars fan to call myself a fan and then be fooled. So let's go over. We're gonna check the real foot. Well, not real, but we're gonna check what this footage has. And keep in mind, me and Scotty are pretty firm when we say we believe that Vader said, "Luke, I am your father." But let's check it out.
Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father.
He told me enough. He told me you killed him.
No. I am your father. Say what?
Come on now.
What do y'all think? What do y'all think? Maybe we heard wrong.
Like I said, it's one of those things where your brain is just, you know what you heard, you know what you grew up with, and then for them to show this, man, I don't know. I don't know.
I
bro.
still think it's Luke. I am your father.
I still believe that Darth Vader did say, "Luke, I am your father." Things like this, it makes me wish that I had paid more attention to the context before.
Yeah, it's always
Before he said that
small,
line.
minor
If I
things.
would have remembered what Darth Vader said before,
Mhm.
then maybe I could piece that together and come to a better conclusion by using the context of what's been said previously before that line.
Yeah. I mean, it would definitely give you a better understanding of the
The actual
unknown,
line itself.
the line itself, and the unknown, right? But you do still have some these Mandela effects, right?
You got another one for us, Scott?
Yeah, I got another one for you.
Drop it on us.
But some of these Mandela effects have been proven right or wrong. Like the cornucopia for the Fruit of Looms.
Yeah, that's a big one.
All right. So,
What do you
corn-
remember? What do you
I
remember?
remember. I remember the brown cornucopia.
Right.
On like my boxers or the tees that.
And you know what, you're right, because when I was younger, we had those tags on our shirt, and I always thought about Thanksgiving
Yep.
because of that
Okay,
cornucopia.
so there's a TikToker. We'll pull up this video here in just a second. There's this TikToker who did her homework, did her
Her due
research,
diligence.
and she found it. You want
She
to go?
found it?
Yeah, you want to pull it up? Show,
I absolutely do, because I know for damn sure, man,
Yeah,
that there was a damn
hey,
cornucopia.
Fruit of the Looms even went
But,
online
but
and
look.
said that they never had a cornucopia.
But why would they do that?
That's what
I
I'm
mean, why
saying.
would they do that? I mean,
That's what I'm saying. It's a whole nother, bro. CERN. I mean, it's a whole nother level.
okay, so let's
Whole nother
let's,
level.
let's run it, because who is this? Do we have this person's her name? Because someone that does work like that,
no,
we don't have her name.
I
We're sorry
don't
about
have
that.
her name, but
shout out to this person, because that's hellified work right there. Let's switch over. All right, here we go. Let's check her out.
Who felt gaslit by clothing company Fruit of the Loom set out to disprove a supposed Mandela effect. Mandela effects have become one of the internet's favorite oddities. The concept is defined as, quote, an observed phenomenon in which a large segment of the population misremembers a significant event or shares a memory of an event that did not actually occur. A popular example of the Mandela effect is that many people remember a peanut butter brand
Yeah,
called
that peanut
Jiffy,
butter was
when
Jiffy,
in
bro.
reality, it was always
Jiffy, right?
supposedly
It was
called
Jiffy, bro.
Just Jif.
They
The
better
Mandela
stop.
effect that drove TikToker Nicole to near madness involved clothing company Fruit of the Loom and whether or not their logo had a cornucopia in it. Nicole, along with many other TikTokers, were confident a cornucopia had been in the logo at some point, despite Fruit of the Loom denying it and posting this timeline of their logos on their website. After months of internet sleuthing, Nicole is confident she found proof that the logo did once contain a cornucopia and posted her findings to TikTok.
I got to the bottom of the Fruit of the Loom cornucopia Mandela Effect, and I'm upset. Claire really pulled through for us and went through all of her old clothes until she found an official logo. Not only is this an official Fruit of the Loom shirt, except the cornucopia looks exactly how we've all described it and remembered it. This reignited my fixation, and after digging through the internet, I found this old newspaper that specifically says Fruit of the Loom logo was initially a cornucopia. And Fruit of the Loom has been questioned about the cornucopia. They've straight up been lying to us, saying that it never existed. Please note that this Fruit of the Loom image that was created from people's memories matches exactly what's on Claire's shirt.
There you go.
Well. All right, so
What is he even saying?
bro, I have no idea. But what I do know is that is the logo that I remember.
Okay, and
That is the logo.
And
Brother, that's the logo.
and they were saying it wasn't even a thing.
Nah, see now that's just madness.
They
bro.
put up a timeline and said, "Hey man, this is our timeline here, and as you can see, we have no cornucopia here, so therefore it never happened."
You see, Twitch chat. That's what I'm talking about. It's the mind games, bro. Like,
Yeah.
why lie about something so minute as a quick logo change? Everybody changes logos.
Yeah,
I mean, some places they stick, and those logos are time tested. But for a majority, people change logos. It's no big deal. Why you gotta lie about it?
yeah,
Why you gotta lie about it?
we all have a problem lying.
But if we live on the other side of this discussion, is this proof? Is this proof of the Mandela effect?
It's definitely proof of something. It's you can't not acknowledge it for sure. You have to.
Because something that minute.
You literally have an entity saying we've never had it. It's never been on our product, and then yet product being found that says otherwise. You know what I mean? So like, it just leaves you to question other Mandela effects. Now, of course, there's so many. You can probably come to conclusions for half of them as being a false Mandela effect, but in this case, there is one that shows to be true. So there has to be another.
So, quick thought. I want your opinion on this statement. I'm going to give you a statement.
Okay.
And I want your opinion on this statement. So, let's say 20 people watch a movie.
Okay.
Right? And those 20 people come out of the movie theater.
Mm-hmm.
And each one of them is pulled aside away from everybody else. And they give their review or summary, basic summary, on what happened in the movie. Do you think those 20 different summaries of the movie are going to be significantly different or more close to each other?
Definitely more close to each other.
More close to each other?
Yeah. I think if anything changes, maybe the person's perspective of how the movie was.
Like slight variances?
Yeah.
But nothing on a scale to where one person remembered a totally different movie.
Yeah.
Because that's where I'm at.
Stick
Stick with me, Chad, because that's where I'm at in my brain. And on Weekly Dose of Weird, we like to think these things out while we're on here.
Following.
So it's like if this isn't a mass memory problem, because I think I did read somewhere that there are scientists that believe that this is just a memory issue, the
like
Mandela effect.
Memory.
Yeah, it's just false, like you said earlier, false memories.
But it's weird that a lot of people share the same memory.
That's what I'm saying.
You have people that share a different memory with, like, for example, in time, like there's a.
Oh, you know what we need on?
JFK.
You know what we need on the show? We need a Weekly Dose of Weird meter. That way, because right now, man, my weird meter is just
yeah.
My weird meter is going off.
It's a lot of history. It happened with JFK. It happened with and then people started knowing.
Do you know about that one before we move on and forget
I
about
know,
the JFK?
I know a little bit. I know there was supposed to be like, okay, how many people were in the car? I think there was only 4 people in the car.
From all the footage I remember watching, right?
Right.
I remember that there were 2 people in the back.
2 people in the back and 2 people in the front.
2 people in the front.
Okay.
But that's, I think...
In chat, y'all let us know if this is what y'all remember too.
2 in the back.
2 in the back.
2 in the front.
2 in the front.
But there's another aspect to the story of the historical event. We're so focused on the shot.
Yeah.
JFK, like we know exactly where he was sitting in that car. It's burnt into our brains.
Yep.
We're so focused on the shot that sometimes we lose sight of the other surroundings. Because
Mm-hmm.
according to history and footage, how many people are in the car? 6.
Oh, 6.
6.
See, I never knew that.
2 in the back.
2 in the back.
And then there was an opposing seat facing JFK, and there were 2 people there. I believe state senators, if I'm not mistaken, a man and a lady,
Yeah.
and then the drivers.
See, I don't ever recall. I recall.
I don't recall that either.
I recall. Okay, so boom, it happens. It happens. The moment happens, and then his wife is like climbing all over the trunk, trying to collect all the pieces that fell off. You know what I mean?
What do you? So are you familiar with like how they were saying like some people believe it was the driver
Yeah.
or the passenger, I believe.
No.
Not the driver, but the passenger up in the front seats. Do you believe that he turned around and fired those shots?
I believe it was the driver who turned around.
Because
and fired those shots.
now here we run into a problem now. Because if there was 6 people in that car, then the front 2 either or would have to turn around and place that gun in between those 2 other people to shoot. So now you have 2 other witnesses who are state senators.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Look, it's better. You know what they settled for? The official story, it was a magic bullet.
Magic bullet that bent corners.
Yeah, at the time, that's what they settled for.
I mean, we can go ahead and just run the footage right quick, just for weirdness sake.
Just put a video.
I'm just trying to find footage. JFK. But that's definitely one that kind of messes with me every now and then. You're just thinking about it. How that whole thing went down. I remember there being 4, but like I said, it could have been the shot that kind of takes your mind off what you're really trying to look. So we got the footage. We're gonna go ahead and pull that up. All right. So I remember 4.
I remember 4.
Footage says 6.
Footage says 6.
Let's check it out. Oh yeah. Yeah, there they go. So that's, I believe, the first shot that hit him in the throat. And then bow.
Did you see that?
Okay, let's go back.
Wait, did you see that?
Hold up.
Watch right here. Watch right here.
Hold up. Let me see. All right. What did you see before we go back?
I don't know what I saw. I want to see it again before I say anything.
Okay.
It definitely looked like something.
Did you see him turn around?
Yeah, look, you can see right there. Boom. Looks back front. Look again. Look. Looks back. Looks back. Boom. Looks front.
That was real slick.
Boom. See that? He looks back with it. Yeah. And where the people go in the car? It's like they knew to lean down at the right time.
Yeah, so at this point you could kind of see him looking back. But I didn't see any hand movement or.
Yeah, but you see this right here. Look, watch this.
Yeah, but then he fired. Well, if we're just saying if he did fire a shot, but it looks like when that shot hit, he immediately turned back forward.
Boom.
But I can't tell from that.
Man.
I can't tell from that.
Man.
It's just
Chad, go look at this video. Tell me what you think. That man looked like this. He went like this. Pop. And we came back.
Yeah, in the chat we got new footage was found 2 weeks ago and goes up for auction next month. Did you so I was watching because I believe there's still a Kennedy that's in politics.
He's trying to run for. I think he was.
And he's running with Trump, right? So
yeah.
I was listening to one of the I believe it was a Trump rally, and Trump was saying that upon his reelection, if he gets elected, that the JFK assassination files all of them are going to be opened.
But man, look, not only that,
All
you
of them are going
notice
to be opened.
you notice we're not getting into politics. We're not. But since he started running with Trump, there's been 2 assassination attempts on his
Well,
man.
yeah, I mean,
And you think that's just all for
no, I mean, look, man, when you have people that are in
glitz and shiggles?
positions, you have people that are in positions of power, you know, when that's about to be stripped from you or exposed, you know, that's when you see the panic start to
Yeah.
set in. I mean, come on, man, 2 assassination attempts in what, 2-3 month span?
That's crazy.
That's wild, bro. That's wild. All right, so we got a little bit out the way. What we're gonna do now here on Weekly Dose of Weird, we are going to go to top 20 mind-blowing examples of the Mandela Effect, because there are so many versions and stories of the Mandela Effect. I also heard a theory a while back, and I can't really remember what source that it came from, and that's really my fault. But the 2012 Mayan calendar
Oh yeah,
ending, like the world ending or something like that.
2012
December
was not
21st, I believe, 2012 was the end of the Mayan calendar. And there's some theories that say it wasn't an actual end of the earth, like physical, like they say that our dimensions kind of shifted.
Well, a whole nother conversation, but to add to that, we are in 2024 right now, right?
Yes.
There's some people that believe that we're not even in. We just now hit 2012 in like 2021.
So we're just missing up a lot of time.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're ahead of time. We're moving.
Yeah, see, I don't know about all that, Scott.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Look,
I don't-
next, not maybe not next
know
episode, but
about
we're
all
gonna
that.
we're gonna highlight this part right here. There's places around the world that
Mhm.
they're not living in the same year as us.
What places? Do you know?
Yeah, definitely in not South Africa, but Africa in its own
Are you saying from like a
They-
time tracking aspect, like their
time tracking.
track? Ah, okay.
the
okay,
way.
okay.
So we see it as 2024. They're living in the same time as us, but it's not. 2024 is not their year. That's not how their calendar.
So from a calendar aspect,
Yeah.
they're living in a different
they're
time.
they're living
Okay.
still like I believe
And
2021
this gets
was
into
2012.
this starts to bleed into calendars being changed, which we can get into that in a further
yeah,
episode.
because there used to be 13 months.
Yeah, we had a lunar cycle.
There used to be more hours in a day, I believe. There was more hours in a day at one point in time.
We'll have to get to that when we get to that. But that's a hell of a topic.
Yeah.
But right now we're gonna go over top 20
Top 20 Mandela effects.
Mandela effects. And here we go. We're gonna start this video off, and what we're gonna do, we're gonna stop and give a little bit of context about each one. And if you guys in the chat see anyone that you're familiar with, man, go ahead and let us know what you think. And here we go.
What is real? Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 20 craziest
terrible
examples
wig.
of the Mandela Effect. For this list, we're looking into the strangest instances of collective false memories, otherwise known as the Mandela Effect. And no, this list isn't one itself. We did do a version of this already. We're just adding more entries.
It's time to bring her in, George!
Number 20. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Your childhood might not look the same after this. As we all know good and well, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood always began with its titular host singing its theme song.
It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor.
This much is true, but that
All
well-known
right.
opening line, "It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood," not so much. Although it doesn't scan quite as well, it's actually a beautiful day in this neighborhood.
What do you remember? Do you remember that show?
It's a
Did you watch that?
beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Right?
A beautiful day in the neighborhood. Would
Won't
you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor?
Right?
It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood.
I've never broke. I mean,
A
come on.
beautiful
Now.
day in this neighborhood.
Maybe we just don't listen good enough. Because if that's the problem, there
I
is
don't
no
know,
Mandela
man.
effect. We're just idiots. Well, we'll go on, but that really bothers me, bro. Because man, come on now. We're singing the lyrics off of memory. to memorize them, we had to have heard
We
it.
grew up watching every opening. Like it wasn't like nowadays where you can skip the intro. You had to watch. You had to watch the intro.
Yeah, I know, right?
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes more sense.
But how did we all miss this when we've heard the song so many times in our youth?
It's one hell of a day in my neighborhood. A hell of a day for a neighbor.
It could be worse, we suppose. It's not like he was wearing leather jackets instead of cardigan sweaters this whole time. Number 19, Fruit of the Loom's logo.
Okay, we had got
Fruit
to
of
that
the
one.
Loom is a clothing company
Well, let's see what they
renowned
say.
the world
Okay,
over.
that's
Its
fair.
logo is similarly famous, showing fruit spilling out of a cornucopia. Or at least that's what many of us remember it as being. In fact, the logo doesn't contain a cornucopia at all. Okay, so maybe an old logo has it, right? Nope.
That's
Versions
false.
of the logo dating back over 100 years lack the cornucopia too. So why do so many people associate a cornucopia with Fruit of the Loom? Even parodies and references to the Fruit of the Loom logo contain cornucopias, but not the genuine article. Number 18, the Monopoly Man's Monocle. The board game Monopoly features a memorable mascot named Rich Uncle Pennybags, also known as the Monopoly Man or Mr. Monopoly.
He had a monocle,
He's famous
though.
for his
Yeah.
suit, top hat, and large
And he would put it
mustache.
on.
However, people are divided on whether or not he wears a monocle. Reality seems to favor that he doesn't, but our memories of this childhood game can't be false, right?
Ace Ventura, Pet Detective.
Yeah, I remember this.
You must be the Monopoly guy.
Heck, even Ace Ventura made
Right? Why
mistakes,
would you say
and
that?
He seems like he's got a good head on his shoulders. Could it be as simple as conflating the Monopoly Man with other rich fat cat mascots like Mr. Peanut? Or has someone bought up
Damn,
all
that,
our
hey,
memories?
that, do you think?
No, I remember. I
17.
remember. I specifically remember the Monopoly monocle in like the McDonald's Monopoly game.
Right.
His face would be on the part that you'd peel, and it was him with the.
So
he
we're
was
not
holding it
tripping,
like
right?
this. was
He
holding
had a
it like
monocle,
this.
right?
Yeah, for sure.
You know, because
For
we
sure.
all grew up with that board game, man. I mean, come on.
Just like that cornucopia, like
They can say whatever they wanna
Mojo
say,
is
man.
saying it never happened, but we have video. We have video footage that it happened. Okay.
On the contrary, I was there, damn it.
Yeah.
I had that tag on my clothes.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that. And to say that he didn't have a monocle is a travesty.
Yeah.
But if I'm wrong, that's hilarious.
Sex in the City.
Sex in the City. Never really
This
watched this show,
much-loved
so I
HBO
might
show
not
and
know what's
subsequent
going on
movies
here.
Follow a group of 4 women and their love lives in New York City.
I didn't feel a thing. It was like, hey, babe, gotta go. Catch you later. And I completely forgot about him after that. But are you sure that that isn't just because he didn't call you?
However, strangely, there is some disagreement on what its title is. Although some would swear up and down it's called Sex in the City, its title is actually Sex and the City. Now, the easy explanation is that people tend to slur the word "and" a lot, so that Sex and the City becomes Sex in the City.
Really?
However, there also seems to be plenty of merch and newspaper headlines.
Are you
bearing the
familiar
word
with
"in"
this one?
instead of "and"? So what gives? Did reality go out for too many drinks with the girls? Number 16, Lucy has some splaining to do.
Are you familiar with that one?
Yeah. I always thought it was Sex in the City.
Chad says it's Sex in the City and she will not be swayed.
Yeah. My aunt. She used to watch that show faithfully. You know what? I'm gonna ask her.
You need to.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask her.
You need to. I need to hear it from some people because
Yeah.
I have really no, I know of the show, but I can't sit here with authority and say, nah, it was Sex in the City.
No.
Because, we don't want to just jump off the cliff
Mhm.
and go with whatever is being said because I think we do have a tendency to sometimes talk a little lazy.
Yeah, we do.
And
We
I can see how
slur
that
our
can get
words.
misconstrued,
Yeah.
Sex and the City. But to the people that watch it, though, and know this because they see it every time they watch it. They
Yep.
know that. That's like us, bro, watching anime and then
Mhm.
we mispronounce a title. No, we ain't gonna do that.
Yeah, no, we're not gonna do
We're
that.
not gonna mispronounce it. We might even say it in this Japanese phrase,
Mm-hmm.
but we're not gonna mispronounce it.
Bunkai.
Like if somebody says Naruto, we're not gonna say Naruto or Naruto. We're gonna say Naruto, right?
Yeah, Naruto.
Naruto. Yeah. Lucy has some splaining to do. This might be before me, but I do.
Yeah, I'm not.
I remember the show. I'm not that
I know
old.
of this show.
I know of the show, but I didn't watch it
Lucy, I'm
while
home.
it was live.
I know that part.
I Love Lucy is a classic sitcom and among the most influential TV shows of all time.
It's Ricky. Hi, Ricky.
Hi, Rick.
Now, what's going on here? Why you slam the door in their face?
Lucy's husband on the show, Ricky Ricardo, played by real-life husband Desi Arnaz, had a particularly memorable catchphrase. Lucy, you've got some splaining to do. Or did he?
Lucy, you got some splaining to do.
While Ricky frequently said the word splain in various contexts, he never says this exact quote, despite the supposed line being cited all over pop culture.
Lucy, you got some splaining to do.
It could just be a summation of Ricky's frustration with Lucy's antics distilled into a catchphrase that never was. Number 15, Oscar Mayer versus Oscar Mayer.
Oscar
An American
Mayer.
company, Oscar Mayer has remained a fixture of pop culture thanks to its recognizable logo, famous Wienermobile, and
It's
several
Oscar,
catchy
bro.
jingles.
I'm not even finna
But
sit up
its
here and
name
play
is
with these people,
No,
bro.
because the
I'm
song
not-
goes
I'm not-
Oscar Mayer. The song goes, there's the Oscar Mayer.
not
Put-
Oscar Mayer.
Yeah. My Oscar
I mean,
Mayer.
come on, man. We speaking
Oscar
English.
Mayer
We reading English.
Wiener. They don't say Oscar Mayer.
It's Oscar Mayer, bro.
It's Oscar
I'm
Mayer.
not finna sit up here
It's
and
Cam.
run these
I'm
games.
telling you. They're playing games with us. But we're on to you.
But how?
We're on to you.
But
I know
check
you're
me out.
watching.
You know they watching. We tuned
I
in.
know you're watching me. All right? I'm on to you.
Is it this one that really did it for us?
Is
it this one? It's this one.
It's
ain't
like,
it?
how you gonna, bro? How you gonna? You can't. Who says mayor anyway?
Like John Mayer.
Who says mayor? Who says I'm gonna eat me?
Like if no,
Mayer?
check it out. Like if John Mayer misspelled his last name.
Yeah,
Meyer.
Oscar Mayer sounds a whole lot better.
I don't like this.
Oscar
Scotty, I don't like this because it's like it's playing with my memory bank.
The
and when
song
my memory
goes.
bank is
The
played
song
with-
is of the little girl. Can we pull up the Oscar Mayer song? Let's see what she's. Let's see what.
Do you remember some of the lyrics?
It's something about Oscar Mayer. Just put the Oscar Mayer Wiener song.
Bro, see, I'm kind of hesitant because I don't want to.
We're about to find out.
We're gonna pull this up.
Look how it's spelled.
Their song. And look, they try to change it.
They trying to change it. Dang.
Let's check it out though, cause
it's real out here.
We could be. Oh look.
Yep.
Oh look.
Yep.
Oh,
That's the
no.
one. 1965.
Oh no. But look at the spelling, bro. We're out of there, buddy. Well, what if this is fake? Look, this is 11 years ago. Let's just run this one. Get out the way, kid. Let's see that band.
Oscar Mayer.
I don't know.
My heart hurts.
I don't know. I feel.
Yeah. Hey, look. Hey, no, but look. Hey, AI, bro. Like AI is crazy, bro. I saw a video the other day, bro. This is how ridiculous AI is getting. You know who Messi is? Leo Messi?
Yeah.
Soccer superstar.
Yeah.
Right?
Soccer superstar of the world.
Superstar, right? So AI made a video of this man, like an 80s themed club, like of people dancing in the club, and the every person in the club was Messi, including the women. It was like one of the creepiest things, bro. It looks so damn real. Like if nothing but Messi was just everywhere. The world is messy on some Rick and Morty stuff.
I don't.
It could be edited, or we could be idiots, and we just don't pay attention to what we eat. But
Yeah,
I
that's scary,
firmly
though.
remember Mayer, though, bro. Oscar Mayer. And I just feel we're just being messed with at this point.
For sure.
Damn you, Mandela. Damn you, Mandela. Okay, so we kind of got off topic because the hot dogs really got us worked up over here. Playing around with us. All right, so let's run this up.
Source of some consternation, as
The
a lot
Wiener
of people
cycle.
remember Meyer being spelled with an E instead of an A.
Oh, I wish I were an Oscar Mayer wiener. That is what I truly like to be.
Old news clippings can
What
even
the
be seen
hell?
spelling it M-E-Y-E-R.
That's fake.
So is it just a case of the alternate
That's
spelling
fake.
being more common, leading to misspellings?
My baloney has a first name. It's O-S-C-A-R. My baloney has a second name. It's M-A-Y-E-R.
Fuck out.
You'd think with one of its jingles
Excuse my
having
language.
lyrics literally
Hell outta
spelling
here.
out the company's name, though, it would be impossible to get it wrong. But there are those who swear the lyrics have changed since they were younger. Number 14, Mirror, Mirror on the Wall. In this seminal Disney animated film,
I remember
the
this.
villainously vain queen famously possesses a magic mirror. To call on it, she says, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest one of all?" Except that's not the line in the Disney movie.
Shenanigans again.
Magic mirror on the wall. Who is the
Are we this dumb?
Bro, I
Do
thought
we
it was
not- are we
mirror,
this
mirror on
dumb?
the wall. Who's the fairest of them all?
Or was it just are we mixing things, Scotty? Are we mixing things? Because I've heard that line,
How
in
could
rap
we get
songs. I've heard
so
it.
many
But
wrong,
man,
though?
bro.
How could we get so many wrong?
We're like 0 for whatever, however many clips we show. We're 0.
Every single one.
We're wrong. At first, before we came into this episode right here, because we had this episode planned
Right.
out, I knew about the Mandela Effect. You on your free time you find and you watch little
Yeah.
clips, but you never really understand its complexity until you sit down and dive deep into the man. It's
Mandela
disturbing,
effect,
bro.
The Mandela Effect literally makes you feel everything that you knew about life is completely wrong.
Because it's literally two things.
Mm-hmm.
It's two major things. Either everything you remember has been changed,
Mm-hmm.
or everything you remember is wrong because of you.
Yep.
And both are equally scary. In my personal opinion, both are equally scary because, man, how could you not remember this stuff? I mean, I'm not like a huge Disney fan, but growing up in the early 90s, it's like that's all you had, bro, VHS with
Yeah.
cassette tapes. And if you were a kid, you probably had these movies sitting in your closet somewhere along 200 other VHS tapes.
fairest one of all?
In Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, the queen says magic mirror on the wall.
Yeah.
This is a strange case because the original fairy tale has her say mirror, mirror. It's just the Disney version that's different.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, is this not the most perfect kingdom of them all?
This could simply be a case where people are conflating the fairy tale and the Disney film, but even so, it's odd that something as popular and well-known as Snow White wouldn't be better remembered.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all?
Number 13, Curious George's Tale.
Whoa, now. Does Curious George have a tail?
I don't ever remember him having a tail.
You don't remember him having a tail?
No.
You think he's like Bobcat?
I think I've never seen
Tailless.
a tail. Yeah. You remember a tail?
I'm not gonna lie to you, Scotty.
They got my boy like they got Goku.
Because you got little ones too, right? We
pull
both
his tail
have
off.
little ones at home, and it was like I don't want to sit up here and say, yeah, no, he has a tail. No, I don't know. When I used to put Curious George on for the kids,
Yeah.
I never really paid attention if that damn monkey had a tail or not.
Yeah, you know that's the weird thing
Chat,
too.
I know a lot of people out there in the chat on Twitch. If you remember Curious George, did he have a tail? Yes or no? Go ahead, drop that down for us.
And it's always something small like that. Who's gonna remember the tail on Curious George? Now, like, now
But
that
if
I
there
think
was a
about it,
tiger on the show, you would remember if the tiger had a damn tail or
I'm pretty
not.
sure you would remember if Curious George
Had
had
a
a tail.
Did he ever hang from trees in any episodes?
No,
Like tail wrapped
I don't
around?
ever remember him. He wasn't Sabumafu.
But
Sabumafu
that's a lemur, though, bro.
Yeah, it's still monkey.
It's a lemur. That's a lemur. Well, let's get to Curious George because I'm curious.
Curious George is a monkey
About
and
Curious
the star
George
of
and
many
his
children's
tail.
books and television series.
Hey, George! Perfect kite flying weather, huh?
Given how long the character's been around, many are surprised to realize that he doesn't have a tail. After all, George is a monkey, and most monkeys have tails.
Right.
Apes generally don't, by the way, and Curious George is repeatedly referred to as a monkey. Could the common confusion between the two sets of primates be the root of this Mandela effect? Or has reality changed the features of George's posterior? Whatever the case, we are certainly curious to find out. Number 12, Mona Lisa's Smile.
Okay.
The Mona Lisa is arguably the most famous painting in the world and has been discussed and dissected for half a millennium. From the strange phenomenon of her eyes appearing to follow you to her enigmatic smile. However, for some, the latter is especially mysterious, since there are many who claim that she didn't used to be smiling at all. Granted, it might just be that those exposed to the painting at an early age got better at reading her expression.
Well, I think with that one,
I think she
Um,
always had the smirk.
it's the way, because my wife's a painter, right?
Yeah.
So I believe that it's more of the way that her mouth shape and her expression, that she was in that in between. So one
No,
person might see it as, oh, that she has a little smirk.
Yeah.
Another person might see it as, oh, she's not smiling at all.
Yeah.
Because that's now a perception issue.
Well, I mean, it's also like.
What do you think about that statement, Scotty?
I think that they had a whole. I think it was the History Channel had a whole segment about Mona Lisa and her smirk. They don't even call it a smile; they call it a smirk. And she's looking at something that's making her smirk or making her smile. I guess the whole thing. I think it's always been that way. I think on this one, people are definitely reaching.
You think it's a reach?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see
Still,
what they got to say.
that so many people could be confused about one of the most studied pieces of art ever made seems odd. Number 11. Hello, Clarice. When Dr. Hannibal Lecter greets Agent Clarice Starling from his cell, a lot of us remember him saying, "Hello, Clarice," in that chilling tone. After all, that's the quote that everyone references all over pop culture.
Good evening, Clarice.
Yet, in reality, Dr. Lecter never says this quote in The Silence of the Lambs, even if he approximates it in the sequel.
Is this Clarice? Hello, Clarice.
He says good morning to her and even good evening, Clarice, but never that infamous quote. So, are people simply
What do you remember?
misquoting the film because hello works at all hours of the day?
I remember hello.
I remember it.
Hello, Clarice.
Right? Damn, bro. We're just wrong on everything, bro.
Bro, I feel like I don't even watch Mojo anymore. Like it's gonna.
Number 10.
Oh.
Pikachu's tail color.
Yeah,
The
Pikachu
adorable
never.
yellow, red-cheeked Pikachu acts as the mascot to the massive.
What's your thought on this? Did he have a black stripe on his tail like that?
I want to say I do remember a black stripe.
Like right here, right?
Yeah.
Right? Or was it just something added into the later versions?
That may be what it is, but I want to say I remember. Yeah, because the top was
He's
brown
got the
and
brown.
but it was
there like a
black.
black
Yeah.
line that went through here? Whoop!
Yeah.
Damn Pikachu, bro. Nothing's off limits for the Mandela Effect.
Yeah, my goodness.
Man.
With its image plastered on practically everything Pokemon, you'd think that its features would be burned into the brains of generations of adults and kids alike. But there are those who are convinced that Pikachu's tail, like its ears, used to have black on the end. Because of this misconception, there are plenty of images available that feature Pikachu with a black tail, so that could be to blame.
Maybe he didn't have.
Or maybe people are remembering something they were into as kids and are surprised when they revisit it as adults. Number 9. Looney Tunes. We're getting to some deep cuts now. Looney Tunes is a franchise of Warner Brothers cartoons dating back to the early days of animation. Its characters are iconic to the medium and are practically as well known as those by rivals like Disney.
What's up, Doc?
But as famous as Looney Tunes is,
I'm not too
there
familiar
are
with
some
this
who
one,
believe
bro.
its name
No,
spelling
no.
is
I mean, I'm
no
not
longer
like
the same.
okay.
Some people remember its name.
My bad to all the Looney Tune fans out there, but I'm not too big on Looney Tunes.
Not. I've watched them, but I'm not versed enough to know what was said or what wasn't.
I mean, but if in chat, if you're a Looney Tunes fan and you know all about this, please let us know because we are not experts on Looney Tunes Mandela Effect.
As being Toons, Toons, as in cartoons, while the current spelling appears to be Tunes, Tunes, as in a synonym for music.
Okay, was it Toons? Looney Tunes, right?
Yeah.
And they're saying it's tune, like music, like tunes?
Tune.
Now, well, that's just ridiculous.
Oh, you treacherous trickster.
The fact that its sister series is called Merry Melodies lends some weight to the musical spelling, and the fact that the words
maybe.
are homophones does mean confusion would be
Maybe.
easy. Still, stranger things, right? Number 8. Tinkerbell writing the Disney logo.
Walt Disney's Disneyland. When you wish upon a star,
This is something like I feel that I need to
Considering
go
how
get my
big
mama
Disney
about.
is, they sure have a lot of us misremembering their properties. During a lot of Disney animated features, the introduction usually features the Disney logo, with its iconic castle and the name in distinctive loopy handwriting. However, many fans
Chat
seem to
says it
recall
was
the character
Tunes,
Tinkerbell from Peter
Tunes.
Pan appearing in these
Damn.
intros.
No. No.
Although Tinkerbell has appeared in several variants of this sequence, a lot of us remember her using her wand to write out the word Disney before dotting the I with sparks. Despite
Yes.
many similar versions,
I
none
don't
of them
know,
quite
bro.
get it the way it's described.
Never. I didn't pay that much attention.
Chalk this one up to magic?
Hmm.
Number 7. Play it again, Sam. As one of the titans of cinema, Casablanca has a host of memorable
I'm not
lines
too
from
familiar with that
Never
one,
seen
man.
Casablanca. I heard it was a good movie though.
says the words.
We're gonna skip ahead on that one because we are crunching for time right now.
A few lines come close, but the exact phrase is not in the movie. It could be that in the pre-home video days, people just misremember the line. But still, you'd think a film buff like Woody Allen would know it, and he named a movie after a misquote. Number 6. Beam me up, Scotty. This line is as synonymous with Star Trek as Live Long and Prosper. It's just a little weird that no one in the show or films ever actually says it.
Scotty, beam me up.
Most often attributed to Captain Kirk, this exact phrase is not spoken by anyone in the franchise. Although, in fairness, similar wordings like the voyage home Scotty beam me up were used from time.
Scotty, wasn't that one of your handles on a social media
Yep.
platform?
Beam me
man?
up, Scotty.
And where did you get that from?
Star Trek.
But it never happened. It was never said. So where'd you get that line from?
Star Trek.
That got you too, huh?
I'm over it.
You're over it?
I'm over it. I'm no longer going to allow
Yeah,
this
man.
this mojo to tell me I'm wrong.
I mean, they're just transmitting info, man. So,
Time to time.
but that's wild.
Beam me up, Slappy.
News radio.
That's Scotty, sir.
Geek test.
Busted.
But why does this misattribution have the omnipresence of Q? Do people just like the sound of it? Did someone tamper with our timeline? Or did a transporter accident send some of us into a mirror universe? Number 5. Nelson Mandela's death.
All right, yeah, we went over that
This
one.
is the memory that gives
No need
the
to
Mandela
waste time,
effect its
people.
name. South African President Nelson Mandela. 4. Life is like a box of chocolates. While sitting on a park bench and offering candy to strangers, Forrest Gump famously says that his mama always felt, quote, life was like a box of chocolates. It's an iconic phrase, but one we're likely all guilty of misremembering.
Life is a box of chocolates, Forrest. You never know what you're gonna get.
In fact, his mama, and
Nah,
thus our
bro.
simple hero, said that, quote, life
Life is like a box of chocolates. Life is like. Life is
why
like.
is it so like?
Because I
Why
remember
we
his
fixated on-
accent though, like life is like a box
Lost
of
like
chocolates.
a box of chocolates.
What's it? Chocolates.
Chocolate.
But he did say that. Life is like a box of chocolate. Nah, man. I don't know. Brain, why do you do me
Mama
wrong?
always said.
chocolates. It's perfectly plausible that people have merely altered the quote to be more general, and thus give it more currency, but it's still strange that we all get the most memorable line in the movie wrong.
Yeah, that's weird, bro.
It's like a box of chocolates.
Mama doesn't say the quote like that in flashbacks. Number 3, Luke.
Oh,
I
yeah,
am
we
your
got to
father.
that one.
Yeah, we got
The
to that
immortal
one.
line
Still
is
bothers
more
me.
immortal than you'd think. Anyone who's ever heard of Star Wars knows this quote. Yet in the actual film, Darth Vader says to Luke, "No, I am your father." Countless pop culture references star Shaquille O'Neal, who had a sporadic movie career starring
Oh, yeah.
Sinbad, Shazam.
This is what
Quick
I'm
question,
talking
Who
about.
starred in the 90s movie about a genie?
I am Kazam.
Some of us correctly recall it being NBA star Shaquille O'Neal, who had a sporadic movie career throughout the 90s. However, others believe the star of the film in question was the comedian and actor Sinbad, who starred in a number of children's films during that same time period.
Racism. That's what
Love
Jesse
that
Jackson
movie.
was
Yeah, that's
talking
a good
about.
movie.
I love that
Believe this
movie.
non-existent film starring Sinbad was called Shazam rather than Kazam, which they claim is something else entirely. Are people conflating multiple movies in their minds?
Nah, I
If only we
remember
had a genie
Shazam,
to
bro.
magically solve
With
this mystery.
Sinbad.
Before we
Wait,
continue,
and the
pause
Lord
that.
Maker.
Let's go. Let's
Ring the
see if
bell.
we can pull up a.
It's not gonna be there, bro.
We got to.
I've
With
looked
Sinbad.
before.
Sinbad's
For
genie
my
movie.
own sanity, I've looked.
We got to
before,
do it for
bro.
the. We got people that want to see it.
for my own sanity, I have searched for this video, and I mean,
type in.
It's not there. This is titled Sinbad Shazam Genie Movie. His Deadly Confession. I mean, it could be make or break to what we're trying to accomplish here as far as being correct.
I just want to say I'm embarrassed because I've been telling people I never did Shazam, and people always walking up on me, and I'm just going to tell you what happened.
Got me with that. Got me with that. Come on, baby. Come on.
I was doing a lot of crack. I was staying in crack houses, and I did Shazam for crack money. I knew it wasn't going to be a great movie because I have no genie skills. I think most movies, you have to bring something out of yourself, and I've never been a genie or had magical powers. It was a learning process for me as I was doing this movie, just getting into the lamp. I took a lot of yoga, a lot of Crisco oil to slide up into that lamp. So, I injured myself. I had to rotate.
This seems like it seems like he's just messing with us, bro. It's not what we were looking for.
Go back. Go scroll down. Scroll down a little bit. That's what I remember.
This one right here?
Yeah.
This clip?
What are you doing? Dad could have thrown out all of Mom's stuff. He just could have.
Got my fingers crossed over
There's
here.
gotta be something he forgot here. Something real. We can remember her by.
Oh, look at that.
Hold up. We might have got a twofer.
What is going
We might
on
have got a
here? What, guys? Y'all see what I
Twitch,
see?
YouTube, Weekly Dose of Weird. This is a book with a certain monkey that we just checked out not too long ago.
Not
And they
too long
swore
ago.
up and down that he didn't have a tail.
I never noticed that he had a tail either. But now look at this
But
book.
what do we have here? That's a tail.
That is a tail. That's crazy.
We have our memories. They're real. No one can take that.
They're real, Scotty.
Yeah. Clean this up. Can you imagine if Dad saw this mess?
You think this is like a parody video?
Bless you.
Hold up. Is this a parody video, bro? Because I feel like they're kind of playing with us a little bit because they cut camera, then they showed Fruit Loops spelled a different way.
Bless you.
Yeah.
You
But
see what I'm
man, I
saying?
don't know, man. That looks like a legit old school video, though.
I don't know.
Bless you.
Look.
Yeah, see, this is a parody video, bro. Because look, they have Berenstein Bears, they have the Monopoly Man.
All right,
they have,
okay. Fast forward.
All right, I feel it coming, bro. I feel it coming. It's gonna be something stupid.
Okay, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna start all over, right? I'm gonna introduce myself. I am Shazam!
See, that's old.
Genie of the lamp. And you are?
You're not a genie. Genies aren't real.
Every time I come out the lamp, I hear the same thing.
You better get out of here, alright?
Oh, you would. But you gonna toot me to death? Shazam!
All right, so what do you think?
Look, if you do, I'm gonna have to take one of your wishes away.
I think it's playing with my mental. It's really playing with my mental, sir. All right, we're gonna move off that for a second. Let's just get back to what we're doing here before we just get too crazy.
Videos. You have the option to be notified for
Because I
occasional
know
videos
for a
or all
fact
of
that
them.
movie was
If you're
out.
on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and based off them. What were they called? The Berenstein Bears are remembered by many as part of their childhood.
Of course, we already covered
Yeah,
this.
I think we're gonna know the last couple.
Kids and misread well to be notified
Yeah.
of our latest
All right.
video.
So, Weekly Dose of Weird. Mandela Effect. I mean, it affects us all.
It's got my medulla oblongata all discombobulated.
It's all wired. It's all crossed. It's so crossed.
It's got me all messed up in my head. My feelings are hurt on some of them though.
On most of them, bro. These are things we grew up with, man. And that last one really just kicked me right in the gut, showing all those little. So that's what angers me, because I mean, there's a comedic side to it. Like, hey, it just chill out.
Yeah.
What does it matter? But then there's also another side that's where it's like, man, damn. Do I just
I don't
remember
know.
everything
I'm gonna do my
wrong?
own research
And that's what we want you to do too.
I'm gonna do my own research about this
Do your
Sinbad
own, do your own research.
Genie thing. I'm so certain that he was a genie.
Shazam happened. I saw it. I know I saw it. A lot of these other ones, I know I saw it. But I'm gonna go ahead and Scott, you got anything else to say about the Mandela Effect before we close out this episode?
Look, everybody needs to start recording on VHS tapes and recording everything. That way, when things like this continue to happen, we have a better source of source to go source it.
Reference. We have reference
There
material.
you go. Yeah,
so you're saying that. So your advice for everybody out there watching is be aware.
Be aware.
Pay
Be
attention.
more attentive to the surroundings. Mindful.
Be mindful
of what's being put in front of our faces, for sure.
Be mindful. Always be mindful. This is your boy L.
You got your boy Scott.
And we are out for this week. Don't forget, tune in next Sunday. We're dropping another episode. It's going to be another live one. We really appreciate y'all being here with us. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, because if you don't, you won't be notified when we drop.
And
Peace.
like always, stay weird.
Stay weird. Peace.